Well, hello, boys and girls, YouTube land viewers, crazy people, scofflaws, outlaws, rejects, prisoners, cutie pies. We got to add the little cute girls in there somewhere, and record drivers, junk dealers. Yeah, I'm trying to say hello to everybody. So no, don't take offense if you think I was calling you a scofflaw or an outlaw or a reject or a bum or whatever else, but kind of in this world, a bum makes better living than I do. But anyway, just a little bit of humor there, gallows humor, whatever you want to call it. Probably didn't work too well, but you just notice the car that's sitting here in front of you. I'm sure if you don't recognize it, you got problems. But most of you will recognize when I put this little box here. Hey, it's a priority mail box. You ought to recognize the size and have a darn good idea what came in this box. But anyway, we had a video on this before. Global Automotive off eBay. Hip hip hooray. But I called the guy. I lit him up over the situation at hand whenever I had all those bad coals. And I told him what kind of darn junk dealers they were. I wasn't very nice about it. Well, the last ones you may have noticed or may not have noticed, they kind of just wrapped up in bubble wrap, right? Well, I sent them back to him. He was like, I guarantee you that we'll get you some good coals. Must just been a fluke or whatever. Okay. Well, these came in boxes. I don't know if the others have been took out of boxes to reduce the weight. Very possible, or size. But they fit the box anyway. But anyway, these coils are indeed different. There's your box. Throw it away. These are sealed in a plastic bag, and I mean they're sealed. They are actually sealed in that bag. Let's open this up and look at it. I've done opened one, not this one. I hadn't opened all of them. Opened one up and looked at it. I'm gonna let you see one straight out of the plastic. Get rid of that. It's a pretty good looking coil. It's not bad. Don't look like the others. Let's take these boots off, because remember we had issues inside there with corrosion and all sorts of stuff. Okay, looks good. Got a little dielectric grease, needs a little more. There's some in the boots, believe it or not. It's kind of amazing. Let's see if that little slug's in here. Yeah, you see it in there? See it move back first? Those others, not even all those had that slug in them. And I don't really understand the point in it. I think it just makes more like just collapses, when it goes on the plug. Makes more like a solid connection between the coil and the plug. Not real sure of its reasoning, but whatever. The factory ones have it, and I know if you take that, I take it out of a good factory coil and it won't run right, so that's the deal with that. But alright, I've rambled on for 3 minutes here on this bunch of crap. So y'all, all you cutie pies out there, all you rejects, you scofflaws, lazy bums, hard working people, hey, we got to throw in the hard worker there, the steel mill worker, let me thank you for your time, that sort of thing. Y'all just wait a minute here. We're going to open this hood up and we're going to slap 8 of these things in and see if his car runs. If his car don't run, yins are going to get to hear the phone call and I call this guy that owns this place again. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm just going to document this a little bit more so yins can actually see, and in case these coils are bad, I'm going to send him a link to this video. Let him watch it for himself, make him look like an idiot. I might even make a eBay listing on eBay for for a penny, and just link the video to it just for the heck of it and run it, just so everybody can see it. Let's see. Let me zoom in here. As you can tell, yeah, me got the high dollar camera out today. I felt I'd fool with some real good image, but see, I'm zoomed in pretty good in low light. I mean, this one does pretty good. That's a factory Ford coil pack right there. They are all still in there. It's probably the only one you can truly, yeah, there you can see that one. But anyway, you can get the point. These are factory Ford coil packs down in there. So anyway, I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to start this thing. Show you that it does run. It runs good. Just got a little spit in it here and there, and it is bad coal. Show you that it does run, and then I'll cut you off and I'll install it. Car runs well. That was a cold start, by the way. It started it all day today, and it's about 5 o'clock in the evening, so let's cut it off before it gets too warm and change them out. Well, hello boys and girls. Look right over here on my pile of motors. You can see that box right there. Anyway, you can't see in it, but take my word for it. There's 8 boxes in it with 8 of my original Motorcraft coils in it. So anyway, they're all 8 installed. Took me maybe 20 minutes, if that long. Now I took my time, put extra dialectic grease on the ends that go down on the plugs and all that stuff, just to, you know, safety precaution, keeps moisture out. But as you can tell, that's them, the different ones right there. You can see them, brand new ones in there. Anyway, there's 8 of them in there. I'm gonna go start this thing. I haven't started it yet. I'm gonna let you see what it does. I'll let you see it firsthand. So, stay tuned for a second. Sounds to me like she's running real good. Seems good and smooth. Everything seems good. He said he had a recent problem with some that had been bad. But you know, I mean, he buys these products and he sells them. You know, he does. He can't really control that, so he did exchange them. Didn't really give me a hassle about it. I had to pay the return shipping on them, but these coils that he actually sent me, he does sell those too, but he sells them at a much higher price. They're like, I think, $40, $45 a set higher, so, you know, they are a better quality coil. So I wound up paying like $17 to ship them back, but I insured them for $400 because my philosophy was if U.S. Postal Service lost them, I just go down here to the local auto parts store and buy me 8 brand new ones. So I did that on purpose. I could actually ship them for like $11. So basically, I wound up having $91 in them by the time it's all over. $91 and change. So that's not bad for 8 coils, considering you can't touch these coils for less than $40. You can buy them like through Rock Auto and stuff, I think, and get them just a hair cheaper. But once again, you're dealing with, you know, you're paying enough for them to where if you have a problem, it's aggravating. That's why I don't like mail orders. So, but anyway, let's pull it down in gear and romp on it and see if she'll squeak it hard. She'll squeak it hard, she's got power, everything seems good, so, you know, it's a fluke, you know. I got a little pissed off about it, you know, you get a box of 8 coils in the mail and 6 of them are bad, yeah, you're gonna be agitated, but, you know, you can't really shoot the sender of them until after they tell you to kiss their hind end and they ain't gonna do nothing about it. So, you know, I did kind of say that they were junk dealers. Yeah, they sent me a box of junk, but they did make good of it. So, the drawback was I had to pay the shipping to send them back, but I also got a better quality coil. These are, I have seen these coils before right here. They were in plain boxes, but I've seen them before, and I'm wanting to say they're made by Standard because I used to moonlight in auto parts, or for O'Reilly and for Advance. I've seen these coils before, so they look familiar to me just the way they're made. So I'm pretty sure they are a name brand. They just don't have the name brand on them. They were probably. I found out in reading about this place online and stuff, he had a lot of dealings with O'Reilly's. Basically what they sell is their off-brand. He sells a lot of, so, and come to find out, I believe a lot of their off-brand comes from him, so keep that in mind. But anyway, that's the end of this. There'll be another video up on how to clean the idle air control valve. Somebody asked me how to do it. I hadn't cleaned this one in 30,000 miles, so what the hey would clean it. So watch for that one. And even though he's a football player for UT, University of Tennessee at Knoxville, I hate UT, but I'm gonna show him how to do it anyway. See, I don't discriminate. See y'all. Okay, taking her on a test drive after replacing the coil packs, and she runs good. She runs real good. You know, I mean, she's got good power. but you know, I hadn't really got on it. I've just been creeping along, letting it bog in overdrive, pulling, you know, 30 some mile an hour, actually pulling up a grade here. I just turned around, actually. I was coming up this hill, and it's a pretty good hill. I mean, to be cruising along 25, 30 mile an hour in overdrive, which, you know, is not optimum, but it really raised Cain when you'd let it do that. And sometimes, you know, you're just putting along like Grandpa, and I do drive slow a lot. Sometimes I go on, but usually I'm going, you know, like right here, I'm not even going 30. I'm pretty sure this road's 35. I usually go 25, 30 mile an hour on it, so. But we'll romp it right here just after I get it up enough to keep from squalling my tires. Tires are expensive. I won't put tires on it. Alright. And I'm not going to exceed the speed limit either, so. Right there, 45 mile an hour. As y'all can see, I never exceeded it. So, you know, whoever wants to say I did, say whatever, but, you know, it runs good. And I noticed something's back. It tells me that the car had lost some power. That it really had lost some power, and I hadn't noticed it. These cars are notorious for whenever they change into second gear, that the belt will squall on them. I mean, it's notorious. I mean, it's got a new tensioner and everything else on it, but the belt will go, you know, they just do it. Unless you put a gator back or something like that on it. And I just noticed that this car squeaked the belt. I'm sure you've probably heard it. It hasn't done that in probably 8 months. And I could feel the difference in the power. I mean, it ran pretty good, you know. I didn't floor it to the floor either. I just got on it hard. You know, I was down far enough where it would run the max on the gear before it changed, but, you know, everything's good. I mean, we've got 149,054 miles, and you see all those little cracks looking there? I need to take that lens out and clean it. That's where this car was a little dirty on the inside, and I took a pressure washer and I washed the seats, the whole inside of the car, except for the dashboard, and the condensation got behind it, and that's just what it did in the dirt that's on the back side of it. So I need to take it out and clean it. But you know, from regular looking at it, you can see it. I can see it through the camera, but you can't see it in person. It's kind of weird. I'd never noticed it until I seen it with the camera one time. But you know, the car's got 150,000 miles on it, just will say, and it's, you know, this car is, I mean, pristine. This car is not full of holes. It's got a few little holes in it. Got one right there in the floor. Other than that, ain't got no holes in it. You know, in the back seat. I mean, the car's nice. You don't find these very nice. And, you know, that's all there is to it. But, you know, I mean, the headliner's good. You've got 2 little spots, just little indents in the headliner from where the partition was in it, which, if you've never been stuffed in the back of a police car, the lighting's not dealing with me here. There he goes. Well, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Look in relation to the window how far back that dent is in that headliner. Come on, come on. Anyway, you can see that it's basically about a little over a third of the window. Well, look from the back seat view at the door. Yeah. Look at the seat. Look where your leg room. This is leg room with the seat all the way back. That is about the leg room you have with the partition in. And if you're a long-legged police officer, you don't get the luxury of putting the seat all the way back. You gotta leave it forward. So, yeah, been stuff in the back of one of these, even though it's a full-size car. The back seat has no room. I mean, with seats all the way back, but the front does. So, anyway, it's enough of that. Poor old Mater over there. I'm sitting here enjoying the air conditioner. This one's cheaper to idle. See y'all.